get to Chuck Todd, who is in Washington for us. Chuck, good morning. Okay, so the president issues this ultimatum saying this is my last, best, final offer, and if you don't take it today, you're going to have Obamacare forever. First of all, is that a real threat? And second of all, will it work?
Well, look, I think it is a real threat because I don't think the president is as committed to repealing and replacing Obamacare as Republicans have been over the last 6 years. This is not what he's wanted to do first. We've heard him complain about how much time this is taking. And here's the thing, I think a reality check hit the White House. All of the struggles to negotiate in the House, and it hasn't even begun the hard part of actually passing health care, which is negotiating with the different factions in the Senate. I think this is a White House that is saying, you know what, we don't want to say we want this to go down today, but if it goes down, wash your hands and move on, because I think they sort of see nothing but brick walls in front of them when it comes to trying to figure out a replacement for Obamacare.
Chuck, if you're in Congress, you're weighing two options today. You're either going to be a team player or you have to actually think about how this new bill is going to play in your hometown. What's the tipping point to go either way?
Look, I think it's a tough decision. On one hand, you have to sit here and worry about the threat that maybe you're on a list that Donald Trump blames you for not being able to repealing and replace Obamacare, that you own that broken promise. At the same time, do you risk voting for a bill that may never see the light of day when it goes to the Senate, may not be a bill that the president eventually supports in the long run? And I think that's particularly these conservative members. You know, they weren't born yesterday. They know that some of the deals being cut today to get their vote may be thrown aside when they move to the Senate. So I think there is a trust deficit here between these House Republicans and the White House, and I don't know if they can bridge it by 5 o'clock today.
And isn't the question at the end of the day, who's more popular? Who's going to have more juice in those districts, the members of Congress or Donald Trump?
Well, here's the split problem, Savannah. On one hand, you're looking at a guy with 37% approval. On the other hand, 80 to 85% of Republicans do like this president. So if you're a conservative member and your constituents love Trump, maybe you have no choice but to go with him, which is what President Trump's gambling on. On the other hand, if you're from a swing district, do you want the baggage that comes with President Trump right now? So that is what moderates are staring at, are that 37%, and those conservatives are looking at that 85% among Republicans.
Chuck, do you think there's actually any regret on behalf of the president or the White House that they tackled health care first?
100%, 1,000%. This was the rookie error. You don't make your first big piece of legislation taking things away. You be the goody, give things away. President Obama did stimulus. President Bush did tax cuts. This president's desperate to do tax cuts and infrastructure. Had he led with that and punted health care a year, it's complicated. The public, his supporters, would have given him time on this. Now they're rushing this through, and the irony is they don't know what's in the bill right now. And remember that criticism that used to ride the Democrats over and over again? Now the Republicans are finding themselves because they created a sense of urgency for no reason.
So interesting, Chuck. Well, we don't know what this day will hold.
No,
Thank you so much.
It'll
we know,
be wild.
Yep, and who knows what will happen by Sunday when Meet the Press comes on, but we know you've got California Governor Jerry Brown among your guests on Sunday's Meet the Press.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.